Welcome to Reddit Reader. What do you know is true without evidence? What are you certain of right down to your bones without proof? Back when I was 10, there was a competition for school kids to write a treatment for an episode of Doctor Who, with the best one being developed into a full episode in the next series, and the winner receiving a writing credit. I was a huge fan of Doctor Who at the time, and the competition was actually run through school, so my teacher made the entire class do it, but I was very excited. I began writing a story about the Doctor landing on a planet full of defective Cybermen, whose programming had gone awry and had been left on this asylum planet to rot. The Doctor lands there in response to a mysterious distress call from a woman and attempts to find and save her while avoiding the dangerous dysfunctional Cybermen and the looming threat of planetary destruction at the hands of the normal Cybermen. I finished my short treatment and gave it to my teacher to submit. Unfortunately, it turned out the competition was very strict about the formatting of submissions, and mine was returned because I had used the wrong formatting in some way. Seemed like a weird reason. I was a bit disappointed, and that was the end of that. But then, a year or two later, there was an episode of Doctor Who called Asylum of the Daleks, which seemed incredibly similar to my story, except with Daleks. So incredibly, eerily similar, in fact, that to this day, I am absolutely convinced that Stephen Moffat saw my script and came up with a formatting excuse so that he could remove me from the competition, steal my story, change the bad guys, and claim it as his own. I have zero evidence. I don't even still have the treatment I wrote or any letter from the BBC about my submission, and yet I know in my bones that Stephen Moffat stole his script from 10-year-old me. Back when I was 18, I got my first tattoo, the Squaresoft logo on my upper arm. It was 2001, and I was also on my own in a new state. I was, and still am, a huge RPG fan, and it's the height of my geekdom. Well, I sent in a picture of me and my tattoo with a short letter about me and my favorite games to official PlayStation magazine. They published my letter and photo along with the caption, "We don't know whether to be impressed or frightened." The very next month, they started a Tattoo of the Month section, and I am absolutely sure 100% that I either started that or was the story that proved the concept, the test. Unless someone can come from that team's time and tell me I'm not, I will always believe I was the start of that. That the key to happiness is low expectations. That my cousin stole my holographic first edition Charizard Pokemon card back in the early 2000s. My brother deleted my game save on purpose. He was old enough to read. He knew what he was doing. I know for certain that the comments on this post would look different on Facebook. That my last boss secretly hated me even though we had, on the surface, a very positive relationship. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe so you don't miss our next upload.